One day, she was America's favorite kid influencer. The next, people were asking a terrifying question. Was this ever okay to begin with? And now, where is Piper ROCKELLE today? If you were on YouTube anytime in the last few years, you could not escape Piper ROCKELLE. Bright thumbnails, over-the-top challenges, crushes, breakups, pranks. She gained millions of viewers, millions of subscribers, and millions of dollars. Piper wasn't just a kid making videos, she was a brand. But behind the fun, colorful content, something darker started to bubble up. Parents got uncomfortable, viewers started questioning things, and eventually former friends spoke out. Because Piper ROCKELLE didn't just become famous, she became the face of a much bigger debate. Child stars, influencer culture, and where the line should be drawn. And once you see the full timeline, it's hard to unsee it. Piper ROCKELLE was born in 2007 and started posting online extremely young. At first it looked harmless. Dancing, lip-syncing, cute skits, classic kid content. But as the audience grew, the content changed. By the time Piper was around 11 or 12, her channel exploded. Not slowly, not organically, exploded. She was posting daily videos. She had a squad other kids who appeared constantly in her content. There were crush storylines, dating videos, breakup arcs, emotional thumbnails, and millions of people were watching. This is where things started to feel off. Because these weren't just kids hanging out, this was highly produced, highly monetized, and run almost entirely by one person, Piper's mother, Tiffany ROCKELLE. She managed the channel. She managed the kids. She controlled the schedule, the brand, the narrative, and behind the scenes, former members of the squad say it wasn't fun at all. But here's where it gets worse. In 2022, a lawsuit was filed that completely changed how people saw the Piper ROCKELLE universe. 11 former squad members came forward. 11, they accused Piper's mother of emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. They described an environment where kids were allegedly shamed, manipulated, forced into uncomfortable situations for content, pressured to stay quiet or be cut off. Some said they were encouraged to act older than they were. Others said boundaries were constantly crossed. And suddenly people went back and rewatched the videos. The pranks didn't look funny anymore. The crush content didn't look cute anymore. Parents asked, why were kids being marketed like this? Viewers asked, why didn't YouTube step in sooner? And the scariest question of all, how many other channels are doing the same thing right now? The lawsuit eventually ended in a settlement, but the damage was already done. There's another part of this story that people avoided talking about for a long time, but everyone saw it. If you scroll back through Piper's old content, something becomes painfully obvious. The audience wasn't just kids. Look at the comment sections. Look at the engagement. Look at who was watching, and why certain videos performed better than others. People pointed out that Piper's content was constantly pushed by the algorithm in ways that didn't make sense for a kids channel. Certain thumbnails did better. Certain outfits got more clicks. Certain trends were repeated again and again and again. And while no one wants to say it out loud, viewers started asking the same disturbing question. Why did it feel like there were grown adults watching a child's channel for the wrong reasons? Parents noticed. Commentary channels noticed. And former fans noticed too. What made it worse was that nothing really changed. The content kept coming. The views kept climbing. And the platform kept paying. And then, Piper turned 18. As soon as she was legally an adult, Piper launched an OnlyFans account with content already posted, meaning every subscriber was looking at CP. That move split the internet in half. Some people said, she's an adult now, it's her choice. Others felt deeply uncomfortable, not because of the platform, but because of the timeline. People asked, how do you go from being marketed to millions as a child, to monetizing a platform known for adult content the moment you turn 18? Was this empowerment, or was this the inevitable outcome of growing up as an online product? Critics argued that the same audience that had been watching her since childhood never actually left. They just waited. And that's what made people angry. Not at Piper, but at a system that blurred boundaries for years and then acted shocked at the result. Because when kids grow up offline, they get to reinvent themselves. When kids grow up online, their audience grows up with expectations. And Piper ROCKELLE didn't just age into adulthood. She aged in front of millions of strangers who felt entitled to her life. That's not freedom, that's pressure. The internet had turned. Online, the reaction was explosive. Some fans defended Piper immediately.
She's just a kid. She didn't choose this. She was exploited too. Others weren't convinced. They pointed to the content, the thumbnails, the adult audience engagement. TikTok was flooded with breakdown videos. YouTube commentary channels tore apart old clips. People started asking why certain videos were ever allowed to be monetized in the first place. But through all of this, Piper herself stayed mostly silent, which led to another uncomfortable truth. She wasn't just at the center of the controversy. She was trapped inside it. So where is Piper ROCKELLE now? She's still online, unwarped in, but everything looks different. The squad is gone. The chaotic energy is gone. The content is more controlled, more polished, more distant. She's trying to transition from child star to teenager, to independent creator. But that transition is brutal, because the internet doesn't forget, and growing up online means your entire childhood is searchable. Every awkward moment, every questionable thumbnail, every uncomfortable storyline. Unlike traditional child stars, Piper didn't have studios, contracts, or unions protecting her. She had algorithms, and algorithms don't care how old you are. This isn't just about Piper ROCKELLE. It's about a system that rewards constant posting, emotional drama, blurred boundaries, kids acting like adults because it sells. We've created a world where children are brands before they're people, where childhood is content. Privacy is optional, and parents can profit faster than laws can catch up. Traditional child stars at least had some rules. Influencer kids? They're in the Wild West. No set hours, no guaranteed protections, no real oversight. And Piper ROCKELLE became the most visible example of what happens when that system goes unchecked. Not because she chose it, but because she grew up inside it. So here's the real question. Was Piper ROCKELLE a problem or a symptom? Is the issue one family or an entire platform that profits off kids growing up too fast? And if we don't draw a line now, who's next? Let me know what you think in the comments, because this conversation isn't over, and it affects way more creators than people want to admit.